With thousands of years of history, Italy is not just a country, but a way of life. Italy is a country that captivates visitors with its rich history, art-filled museums, and friendly people. Its cultural heritage, deep-rooted history, natural beauty, world-renowned cuisine, luxury car brands, and fashion designers attract over 65 million tourists annually. Outnumbering its own population, Italians refer to their country as the beautiful country. It is the birthplace of the Roman Empire, once one of the greatest empires in the world, and the Renaissance. The country, shaped like a boot on a map, is located in southern Europe and gives its name to the peninsula. It is situated in the heart of the Mediterranean Sea, covering a surface area of 340 square kilometers, and is surrounded by the sea on three sides. Italy is bordered by France, Switzerland, Austria, and Slovenia. Its other two neighbors are San Marino, the oldest republic in the world, and the Vatican, the smallest state in the world and the holy place of Catholics. Italy is unique in having two states within its borders, and it also has around 450 islands, including Sicily and Sardinia. Italy's city boundaries are mostly defined by natural mountains, which make up about 77% of the country's territory. However, Italy's geographical location is also a disadvantage. Due to its 30 volcanoes, 3 of which are active, the world's most dangerous volcano, Vesuvio, is located here. About 2,000 years ago, this volcano erupted and caused a major catastrophe. It destroyed 3 cities, including Pompeii, turning them into mass graveyards and claiming the lives of about 2,000 people. Today, it is the most densely populated volcanic region in the world, with 3 million people at risk if an eruption were to occur. Italy's population is about 61 million. Italy is the 6th most populous country in Europe and the 3rd most populous country in the European Union. The population is 92% Italian, 2% Romanian, 1.6% African, and the remaining 4.4% are of other nationalities. Christianity is the religion of 80% of the population, while 2.6% are Muslim, 2.4% belong to other religions, and 15% do not belong to any religion. Between 1861 and 1985, 29 million Italians emigrated to other countries, and 65% of them never returned to their homeland. Today, it is estimated that over 150 million people worldwide have full or partial Italian ancestry, including 60 million people residing in Italy. The number of Italian descendants living abroad far exceeds those living in Italy. Around 30 million people in Argentina and 32 million Brazilians, or 15% of Brazil's population, are estimated to have Italian ancestry. In the United States, the number is approximately 17 million. Italy has achieved significant success globally, particularly in the automotive and luxury fashion industries, with many world-famous brands and designers. Milano is considered the fashion capital of the world. Additionally, Italy is one of the top 8 countries in exports. As of 2021, Italy's gross domestic product is estimated at $2.1 trillion, and it ranks 27th in per capita income. Italians take great pride in their language. Some visitors to the country may find that English is not widely spoken, particularly in the southern regions. Italy adopted the euro as its currency in 2002, replacing the Italian lira. In the capital Rome, a minimum salary of between 950 and 1,100 euros is usually offered, but there is no clear national minimum wage. On average, engineers earn 2,500 euros per month, while teachers earn 1,400 euros. Doctors and dentists earn around €4,000, and lawyers earn €3,300. Waiters and baristas typically earn between €1,300 and €2,000. Since Italy is considered the fashion capital, fashion designers can earn an average salary of €4,800, which can increase up to €8,000 based on their success and experience. Finding a job in the country has become difficult in recent years. The youth unemployment rate has risen to 21.81%. The purchasing power of the population, however, is not so low and is ranked 33rd in the world. Shops have somewhat flexible working hours. In some small businesses, a siesta-like practice called riposo is still observed. These vacations can be less than 2 hours in the northern cities, and up to 3 or 4 hours the further south you go. At 1 o'clock, work comes to a halt. Markets, restaurants, and shops close their doors, and workers return home to eat and rest. The primary reason for these extended lunch breaks is to allow Italians to have lunch with their families at home. Italy owes much of its prosperity to the thousands of small, private, family-owned businesses that exist outside of the world's giant brands. Pizza and coffee chains are not very common in the country, even though they have started to appear in recent years. Starbucks, the world's largest coffee chain, was inspired by Italian coffee culture, but it only opened its first branch in Italy in 2018. Similarly, Domino's, the world's largest pizza company, only opened in 2015. When the first McDonald's opened in Italy in 1986, many American brands that have entered the country have not been very successful because Italians are generally a people of habit and tradition. However, McDonald's differentiated itself by adapting to the Italian palate, and that's how it became successful. When describing daily life and culture in Italy, it is sometimes necessary to compare the characteristics of southern and northern Italians. It is important to note that these are generalizations and do not apply to all individuals from these regions. Northerners are often viewed as hardworking, while southerners are sometimes stereotyped as lazy. Northern Italians are generally considered to be more serious, hardworking, and productive than their southern counterparts. In contrast, southern Italians are often seen as more relaxed, fun-loving, and perhaps even reckless. The northern region of Italy is known for being the country's financial center, with a more developed industry and a greater number of companies, resulting in more job opportunities. Additionally, these companies are successful enough to be compared to German companies. Furthermore, there is a widening wealth gap between the two regions each year. When ranking cities by GDP per capita, the order generally goes from north to south. In the south, 1 in 3 people are at risk of poverty, and overall, 4.6 million people in the country live below the poverty line. Living standards and salaries are higher in the north, where rents and house prices are also more expensive. Additionally, education is a major factor, with northerners generally having better access to quality education. It is important to note that this does not necessarily mean that northerners are inherently better off, but rather that there are certain advantages to living in the north. La Sapienza University is located in the north of Rome. It is the second largest university in the world and the largest in Europe. The universities in the north are world-renowned and well-established. Many centuries-old universities are located here, including the University of Bologna, the oldest university in the world. After high school, many southerners choose to study in the north. Unfortunately, northerners often hold a negative view of southern provinces due to differences in education, while southerners view northerners as egotistical. Southern Italy lags behind the European average in several areas, due to its Mediterranean and African cultural influences. In summary, Individuals from the south tend to migrate north for employment opportunities, education and better healthcare, while those from the north often travel south for summer holidays. Additionally, life expectancy in Florence, a northern city, is 84.1, whereas in Naples, a southern city, it is 80.1. In fact, there are significant differences not only between the regions, but also between the cities. This is mainly due to Italy being the result of the amalgamation of small city-states into a country. Italy is composed of 20 regions, each with its own unique accents and dialects. Dialects can vary from city to city, town to town, and even village to village. As you travel south, the language can become increasingly difficult for northerners to understand. In fact, some dialects are so distinct that they are considered separate languages. While Standard Italian is the common and official language spoken by almost the entire population, there are still some Italians who do not speak it. Additionally, Italians are known for their use of hand gestures and frequent swearing. The country is composed of many small states, which is why hand gestures have become a characteristic feature of communication. This is due to the long and difficult process of reaching a single common language. The rhythms of daily life in the two regions are quite contrasting. Southern Italians are generally relaxed, taking their time in daily life, while northern Italians tend to be in a hurry, always rushing to get somewhere. For instance, northerners may opt for a sandwich for lunch to save time, whereas southerners take longer to enjoy their meals. Visitors to the country often note that northerners can be colder and more distant, while southerners are more sincere and friendly. Italy is often associated with the Italian mafia, which is prevalent in the southern part of the country. The mafia is composed of wealthy, established families who control many businesses. Despite being primarily made up of businessmen, the Italian mafia is considered one of the most powerful in the world. Unfortunately, the Italian government has limited power to combat the mafia and often turns a blind eye to their activities. Italy is known for its rich food culture, including 350 types of pasta, 50 types of coffee, and over 500 types of wine. Despite the carbohydrate-heavy diet, Italians have a low obesity rate of only 9% among adults, which has remained unchanged for years. Italy has one of the highest rates of childhood obesity in the world. Despite having lower obesity rates than most countries, Italians have a culture of savoring every bite and spending a long time at the table, which can contribute to overeating. Additionally, drinking espresso after a meal can speed up metabolism. However, they also know how to eat in moderation and take care of their bodies. Overall, Italians prioritize healthy habits and balance in their lifestyle. For instance, they often use bicycles for transportation, which helps keep them fit. The ban on motorized vehicles in many parts of the country has led to an increase in bicycle usage. Italians have been enjoying this style of eating since ancient Roman times. In those days, people ate for the feast rather than for nourishment, so dinner would continue late into the night. People would even make themselves vomit to keep the feast going and eat more food. They even had special chopsticks for this. Italy is the world's 5th most visited country, welcoming 65 million tourists annually. Located in the Tuscany region, Florence is considered the art capital of the world. Italy has more works of art than any other country. Rome, the capital, has 55 historical sites, making it the city with the most UNESCO World Heritage Sites in the world. Known as the Eternal City, Rome is like an open-air museum with works by. You can see many works of great artists, such as Michelangelo on the streets. Italy has a rich history of producing renowned artists, including Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo, Donatello, Caravaggio, Raffaello, and Botticelli, The country has also been home to notable philosophers and scientists such as Cicero, Seneca, Fibonacci, Bruno, Galileo, and Cassini. One of the most popular tourist attractions in Italy is the Fontana di Trevi, also known as the Fountain of Love, which receives 10 million visitors annually. Visitors throw coins into the fountain to make a wish, resulting in a total of €1.5 million per year, or about €4,000 per day. There is a rumor that throwing coins over your right shoulder will make your love wishes come true, while throwing coins over your left shoulder will ensure your return to Rome. Remember to hit the subscribe button to stay updated on my new videos. You will be notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.